So one thing I think that's important for us in this room to differentiate is understanding value versus affordability. And it's just as Anthony was talking about, I think a lot of times we're always saying it's unaffordable. But value-wise, when we're saying is it value? Is it overvalue? When I'm looking at numbers, when I'm looking at markets, I'm looking at data. I'm a data guy. I'm a numbers nerd, right? So I love looking at when the numbers come out and when the value is saying and the quality of the inventory. When we're at 95% list price to sales price ratio for single family homes, 94% for condos, it's hard to say that there's not value there. Right? Because affordability, I believe, is an economical issue, but then value is perspective. Right? And as long as, like for single family homes in July and for the first half of the year for Miami-Dade, we're looking at, I believe it was about 18% of those transactions were cash. So that means that there's more than 80% where they're getting financed. So the lenders are seeing some type of value, okay? Now on the other side, when it comes to the condo markets, we're at like 42% are cash transactions. But then that means that the buyers are seeing enough value in the property where they're willing to come and put cash in. And then when we're looking at inventory, for the condos, we're at 13 plus months of inventory. Everyone's aware of that. Now, when I'm talking about mainly what's our bread and butter market between that 250 and 400,000, because we love the idea of sexy properties, million plus, but that bread and butter here is still going to be 250 to 400, really 300 to 400. That price band, that's where we're seeing a great deal of buyers coming in. For single family homes, we're looking at 6 months of inventory. So I know that some people are saying there's not enough inventory, but there's more inventory, and I'm talking of July of 2019. The numbers for Florida realtors and all their stats. But for July of 2019, there's more inventory than there was last year. So, a balanced market, we're still getting 95% list price to sales price ratios on the original list prices. That means that we're having sellers who are more realistic in the pricing, and we're having buyers and lenders who are giving loans on property. So I see that it's a great time for, once again, to understand the difference between value and affordability. All right, but the value, the market is telling us, the agents, the buyers are telling us that there's still value here because we're not at 90% list price to sales price. And when we start getting that low, that's when I would see an issue.